Hey, good morning. You know, not we, I guess it's me, uh, didn't get our visit yesterday morning. We kind of started making that a habit, a weekly Saturday morning visit. Well, it's not Saturday, and yesterday was my fault. I had a little conflict of scheduling, and as I'm trying to get ready for the fall tour, boy, I tell you what, I'm busier than a one-legged man in a behind kicking contest. I'm trying to get all the travel arrangements done. There's last-minute adjustments. There's been some cancellations that we didn't expect. Uh, some other requests made for appearances. Discovered that there's some issues with bridges. Uh, and then on top of that, of course, and I'm not complaining by any stretch. It's part of the adventure. But I write blogs for clients. My marketing design has quite a few clients and others, and I've got to get those finished up before I leave. And I got a dozen or two of those to write in the next 10 days. And a couple newsletters that I write for companies such as Route Trip USA. Great company. If you're looking for a road trip, worry free, United States or Canada, Route Trip USA, great folks. It's a privilege to write their newsletter and help inspire some road trips. And I write a newsletter for Gilligan's Route 66 Tours, another company that I highly recommend. They do Route 66 tours as well as Mississippi River Tour. It's pretty fascinating. And now that we're getting on the backside of the apocalypse, they're starting their tours up again. And I also write an article for Motoring NZ, a magazine out of New Zealand. Find it online. It's an automotive publication. I write a bit about automotive history, inspirational people. It's part of what the sharing America story, if you will. Speaking of that, tomorrow morning, Monday, we release our Car Talk from the Main Street of America, our audio podcast. That one's a recorded program, and it's about the evolution of the American auto industry, America's story again on the stage of the auto industry. It's about inspirational people, colorful people, fascinating people. Tomorrow's program is going to be about AMC, American Motors. Until Tesla came along, it was probably the last of the great independent auto manufacturers. Fascinating, colorful story. I think you're going to find that pretty interesting. This morning, of course, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Podbean, um, we'll be having our Coffee with Jim program. It's an interactive program, travel centered. And today we're going to be talking about my upcoming trip, some places that I want to see. I'd like to hear from some people that might know about these things. And we'll be talking about other related adventures. So it should be kind of fun. I want to put this out. Both of the audio podcasts from Jim Hinckley's America. Podbean is the live program, but Coffee with Jim is then archived on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. And so is Car Talk from the Main Street of America. It's on Libsyn, but it's available on a lot of your major platforms like Spotify and iHeartRadio. Oh, Toshi, good morning, my friend. Mr. Toshi Goto, the Japanese Route 66 Association this morning. So we've got that coming up. You'll want to listen to that. And if you want to be a guest, we would love to have you as a guest on the program. Just let us know, and we can even build a program around your event, your organization, your community. If you want to talk about your community's tourism and things you have to offer, well, let's make a program out of it. But if you just want to call in this morning, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and talk travel with us, well, that'd be great too. We'd sure enjoy it. Program is really got some good sponsors right now that are helping us out on this. City of Tucumcari has just been just great to work with, and it's an honor to promote Tucumcari. You can check it out at visit tucumcarrynm.com. Um, Tucumcari, it's one of those places all the Route 66 enthusiasts know about Tucumcari. It's in motels and it's neon, but what they don't do is take some time to explore. Town's pretty amazing. If you get a couple blocks off Route 66, you go into the old part of town. She's a bit down at the heel, but boy, is there some life and vibrancy. The old train depot's been restored. The Mesalands Community College Dinosaur Museum. A lot of neat stuff there in Tucumcari. Another one is explorkingman.com. A couple big event coming up. The Route 66 Fest at Lewis Kingman Park along Route 66. Zip line. There's going to be live music, craft beer from local breweries, just all kinds of things. Even a zip line down Route 66. And then on the 15th, the 66 Fest is the 14th and 15th. But downtown Kingman, you have Chillin' on Beale. You're going to have a major car show. All the restaurants, microbrews, the wineries will be going gangbusters. And it's going to be an event. Gene Kirkham and his crew that put that together, they're rounding up some raffle prizes. And man, it's just going to be a major event. Between those two, 66 Fest and Chillin' on Beale, you got a good reason to come to Kingman, Arizona for the weekend. Unfortunately, I won't be here. My son and his girlfriend will be caretaking the homestead. They've graciously offered to come stay at the homestead. Good morning, Mike, Andy. And for the first time since 2019, we're going to have a fall tour. It's a Heartland tour. We're going to be heading east on Route 66 and attending the Miles of Possibilities Conference. Speaking in Atlanta, Illinois, this is something else I got to finish and finalize. I'm working on a great presentation for the city of Atlanta, the museum there, the library. That'll be on the evening of October 18th. I'll be doing a program called Trails, Rails, and Route 66 in Illinois. And it's kind of a reverse timeline. We start with the modern popularity of Route 66 in the era of Renaissance for that highway. Then we go into the creation of the interstate highway system and the origins of Route 66, the U.S. highway system, then the named roads. And then we get into the development of the railroad and then all the way back to places like Cahokia, over 1,000 years of transportation history. A lot of fun. And then Miles of Possibility Conference, I'll be talking about the importance of building cooperative partnerships that develop a sense of community and community purpose and the effect that can have on communities. That'll be my program at the Miles of Possibility Conference. I don't know if there's anyone that's watching this morning attending the conference, but I sure look forward to seeing everyone there. And you can learn more about our schedule and programs, speaking engagements, not just in Illinois in October, but in the coming months. You can find out where I'm at. Just take a look at our website, jimhinckleysamerica.com. Website's being revamped. It's a constant state of development as we work to make that a travel planning portal. And a lot of road trip inspiration, great stories. After all, telling people where to go and sharing America's story, it's what we do. Got a couple other little things to bring up real quick. Contest. We have a new contest going, and a lot of fun for October. Kicked it off yesterday. All you have to do is snap a picture of Jim Hinckley's America sign on the road. We'll be on the road. I'm not sure what vehicle we'll be driving, but look for our signs on the vehicle. It says, it has our logo, Jim Hinckley's America, and then take a picture and share it on Facebook. If you tag me, James Hinckley, but use the hashtag Jim Hinckley's America. Now, if you post it on Instagram or Twitter, tag Jim Hinckley, and use the same hashtag. And at the end of the month, we'll have a drawing, random, from photos selected. And we're going to work with our publisher. We'll have, for the winners of the contest, they'll receive one of my new books, or Murder and Mayhem on the Main Street of America, Tales from Bloody 66, or Here We Are on Route 66, or The Back Roads of Route 66. And we'll get those out to you. There's another part to that contest. If you can catch me on the road, get a selfie with me in that sign. And not only will you be entered in the contest once you post that picture, I'm going to have some Route 66 souvenirs with me. And I'll make sure you get a pin or a patch or a button or something there. Should be a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing folks on the road. Unfortunately, like I say, I got to update my schedule on the website again. We were going to be doing a book signing in Wichita. It's a complicated story, a crazy story. I wrote about it on Patreon, our crowdfunding website, and just crazy. I want to give a shout out while I mention the crowdfunding. You know, we don't depend a lot, but the crowdfunding initiative on Patreon, $5 a month may not seem like much, but the pooled resources really help. And it makes it feasible for me to do some of the freebie stuff. For example, Friday night, I did a presentation for Seroptimist International at their fundraiser dinner. And it was a freebie. And I would do a lot more of that if I could. But my wife and I are kind of partial to eating every day. So we got to keep that going. And putting these presentations together, the program itself's an hour, questions and answers, whatnot, another hour, hour and a half. But putting the program together, that takes a better part of a day. So to make that feasible, we depend on the crowdfunding of the Patreon site. And in exchange, we offer some exclusive content. Like I try at least every week or two to put up a good story on what we're doing, work on the beast. The latest posting was about, this trip, the chaos of changing schedules and different things. And today on, Coffee with Jim, our podcast at 7 o'clock, we're going to be talking about places like Kaskaskia, a very interesting place. I've read about this for a long time. And as it's part of my discussion in Atlanta, I think I can make it work in the schedule. I thought I did until last night. We're going to Kaskaskia is interesting. It's an Illinois community, but it's on the Missouri side of the Mississippi River. And it was at one point it was the first capital of Illinois. Population up at one point was up in the thousands, and I understand it's less than 30 now. So I guess it qualifies as a ghost town. This was going to be a simple matter and cross the river at Chester. I found out last night that the bridge at Chester is being replaced. So it's down to one lane on this beautiful old bridge that was built about 1942, if I remember. And anyway, the bridge is going to probably not be an option. And that puts me in a real bind. I'm going to have to wander south or north, cross the river, and then retrace my steps. It's going to add probably 100 miles to the next day. And with the price of gas, I'm trying to keep those things to a minimum. I'm not sure if we may have to forego our weekly visits like this for a couple weeks while I'm gone, but we'll see what I can pull off. I'll keep you posted. Hey, Toshi, Andy, Mike, everyone who joined us this morning, God bless, thank you. Good to see your names up there. Good to hear from you. I'm going to let you go. I got a couple things to finish up here this morning, and don't forget, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Podbean. Join us. This is Coffee with Jim's interactive, and so you can just chime in. Type in your comments or call in. It's also set up for call in. And remember, if you want to be a guest, well, God, let's do that. And let's talk Route 66. Let's talk road trips. Let's talk Japan. Uh, and of course, if you want to get a big bang for your advertising buck, drop us a note. We need some advertisers for these programs. Take care, my friends. Talk to you at 7 o'clock. Vaya con Dios, mi amigos.